Nike has just made the biggest gamble in the history of women's basketball, and what's happening inside their headquarters right now is almost unbelievable. Caitlin Clark has completely reshaped the world of signature shoes. Footage coming out of Beaverton, Oregon has left the basketball community stunned. If you think Nike simply gave her a routine endorsement deal, you are seriously underestimating what's really going on behind those corporate doors. Before we jump into the most shocking Nike takeover story since Michael Jordan, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button. I also want to hear from you in the comments. Are you excited for Caitlin Clark's signature shoe? Which colorway do you want to see first? Let me know, because this is shaping up to be something truly legendary. The photos and videos coming from Nike headquarters tell a story no one could have imagined just 2 years ago. When Caitlin Clark signed with the swoosh, industry insiders estimated the deal at roughly $28 million over 8 years. That figure alone was historic for women's basketball. But Nike's actions since then show this is about far more than money. They've effectively handed her the keys to the kingdom. Walking through Nike's Beaverton campus now feels like stepping into a tribute built around one player. The From Anywhere campaign, now one of the most recognizable marketing efforts in recent sports history, covers entire building walls. Her interlocking double C logo is as familiar to employees as the swoosh itself. Design teams are working non-stop, producing prototype after prototype. The technology being created specifically for her signature line is unlike anything Nike has ever released. And that's only part of the story. What happened next shocked everyone who doubted Nike's commitment to women's basketball. Reports suggest Clark now has essentially open access to headquarters. While most Nike athletes attend scheduled visits and formal presentations, she moves freely across campus. Her representatives sit in daily design meetings. Her performance team uses Nike facilities whenever needed. There is even a permanent workspace for her inner circle on the executive floor. This is not standard treatment. This is unprecedented. Nike is positioning Caitlin Clark as if she is already the face of their entire basketball division. The celebrity partnerships forming around her brand have reached levels typically reserved for male superstar athletes. Travis Kelce has appeared in her commercials, creating crossover appeal between football and basketball audiences. His brother, Jason Kelce, has also filmed content with her during Indiana Fever games. This marketing approach is brilliant because Nike is positioning her not simply as a basketball player, but as a mainstream entertainment figure who also happens to dominate on the court. Now this is where things become truly interesting. The signature shoe everyone has been waiting for is expected to release in 2026. And according to reports, the technology being developed for it is set to surpass anything Nike has ever produced in a basketball shoe. Think about that for a second. This is not just a sneaker with her name on it. Nike is building entirely new technology specifically for her game. Her shooting mechanics, her movement patterns, and her unique needs as a point guard who can pull up from anywhere on the floor are all being studied and engineered directly into the design. Every detail is being analyzed and translated into performance innovation. What followed next changed the conversation around women's basketball marketing entirely. The contrast between Nike's investment in different athletes has become impossible to overlook. While some signature shoes in the women's basketball space have struggled to gain traction at retail, the anticipation surrounding Clark's release has already generated more organic buzz than many fully launched campaigns ever managed to achieve. Social media discussions about her upcoming shoe dominate basketball forums. Sneaker influencers who normally focus almost exclusively on men's products are already debating colorways, rollout strategies, and potential sellouts. This exposes an uncomfortable truth about the signature shoe market that rarely gets discussed openly. Elite basketball skill alone no longer guarantees success. Personality matters. Marketability matters. The ability to connect with fans beyond the court matters. Clark has shown all of these qualities at a level that goes far beyond the traditional athlete endorsement model. Her college career at Iowa created a massive built-in fan base that followed her directly into the professional ranks. Her accomplishments, including becoming the all-time leading scorer in NCAA Division I basketball history regardless of gender, gave her undeniable basketball credibility. But it was more than statistics. It was how she carried herself. Confidence without arrogance. Relentless competitiveness that resonated with fans. That combination created something rare. Nike recognized it before most people fully understood what they were watching. And here's what many still don't realize. Behind comparison keeps surfacing again and again. Multiple people who have witnessed Clark's presence at Nike headquarters say they have not seen anything like this since the Jordan era. The level of attention, the scale of resources being committed, and the way executives clear their schedules the moment she arrives all point to one belief. Nike is convinced they have found their next transcendent basketball figure. Her player-exclusive colorways are already making an impact on NBA courts before her signature shoe has even officially launched. Professional players have been spotted wearing Clark-inspired color palettes during games. Her influence has reached the highest levels of basketball without a single retail release. That kind of organic demand is exactly what sneaker companies dream of. Now here's something about the marketing strategy that will truly blow your mind. Nike has spent years learning what works and what fails in the women's basketball signature shoe market. The women's market is different from the men's side. Fan engagement behaves differently. Buying motivations are different. Nike has studied all of this data and applied it directly to how they are positioning Clark's upcoming release. Everything has been carefully optimized. The price point, the storytelling, the celebrity collaborations. All of it is based on lessons learned from previous launches. Even Clark's recovery from a knee injury earlier in her career became part of the brand narrative. Adversity creates powerful stories, and Nike understands storytelling better than anyone in sports marketing. When she returned to the court and continued to dominate, it reinforced themes of resilience and determination that connect with consumers on an emotional level. What Nike uncovered next would completely rewrite the rules of women's basketball marketing. The 2026 release window is intentional for several reasons. It allows maximum time to build hype. It gives Nike the opportunity to seed the market with limited player-exclusive releases. It creates anticipation that money simply cannot buy. By the time her signature shoe finally reaches store shelves, demand will have been building for years. This is the Jordan playbook being executed for women's basketball, potentially for the first time at this scale. Sophie Cunningham, Clark's teammate on the Indiana Fever, has openly supported the attention surrounding her star point guard. The chemistry in Indiana appears to benefit from having a player with this level of star power. When one athlete elevates the visibility of an entire franchise, everyone benefits. More attention leads to more revenue, which leads to better facilities, improved resources, and greater opportunities for the entire roster. The Fever are built with balance in mind. Alongside Clark, the team features elite talent like Aaliyah Boston, who brought championship experience from South Carolina, along with role players who perfectly complement Clark's playmaking ability. The roster construction is intentional. It is designed to maximize what Clark does best while surrounding her with players who understand their responsibilities. This kind of organizational commitment to building around a generational talent mirrors the blueprint successful NBA franchises have followed for decades. Here's the part almost nobody is talking about yet. The global impact of Clark's Nike deal goes far beyond American basketball courts. Nike views her as the future face of women's basketball worldwide. Their marketing campaigns are being developed with international audiences in mind. Her personality translates across cultures in a way that makes her uniquely valuable for expanding the women's game on a global scale. China represents a massive, largely untapped market for women's basketball merchandise. Interest in the WNBA is growing across Europe as media coverage increases. Australia has long been a basketball-loving nation. Nike is positioning Clark as the ambassador capable of opening all of these markets at the same time. Her signature shoe is not just a product. It is a vehicle for global expansion, turning women's basketball into a worldwide entertainment brand. The technology inside her upcoming signature shoe reportedly includes major innovations in cushioning, support, and responsiveness, all developed specifically for her style of play. Guards who shoot off the dribble from deep range have entirely different needs than post players or slashers. Nike's performance team has studied her game film, her movement patterns, and her biomechanics in detail to create something tailored precisely to how she plays. But what happened after that changed everything. The From Anywhere campaign became more than a slogan. It became a movement. Fans began using the hashtag to celebrate their own basketball moments. Youth players started copying her shooting form and playing with her confidence. The impact extended beyond selling sneakers and into shaping how young girls and boys approach the game itself. Nike executives have publicly stated that their commitment to women's basketball will continue regardless of individual player performance. Privately, however, industry insiders believe Clark's success will heavily influence just how aggressively Nike expands this market. If her signature shoe performs anywhere near projections, it could open the floodgates for increased investment in women's basketball across the entire industry. The rivalry narratives developing within women's basketball have also fueled Nike's strategy. Competition drives interest. Interest drives viewership. Viewership drives merchandise sales. When compelling personalities create must-watch moments, the cycle feeds itself. What most fans don't realize is how carefully orchestrated this entire process is. Every social media post is optimized. Every appearance is strategic. Every partnership serves multiple objectives. The machine behind Caitlin Clark's brand operates at a level of sophistication usually reserved for the biggest names in sports. Nike didn't just sign a basketball player. They invested in building a global icon. From cookies stamped with her logo at headquarters, to coffee cups featuring her image, to shooting sessions filmed against backdrops dominated by her double C design, every piece of content is created with intention. The goal is organic buzz that drives conversation and, ultimately, drives sales. When her signature shoe finally releases, it is likely to be one of the most anticipated launches in women's basketball history. The foundation being built right now will pay off for years. Nike is playing the long game with Clark, and every sign suggests they believe she will deliver returns worthy of their historic investment. The transformation of Nike headquarters into what feels like Caitlin Clark's personal empire represents more than a single endorsement deal. It signals a fundamental shift in how the sports industry views women's basketball as a business. The ceiling everyone once believed existed has been completely shattered. Now, let me ask you something. If you made it this far in the video, you already understand how important this story is for the future of women's basketball. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because we'll be covering every development surrounding Clark's signature shoe and everything happening across the WNBA. Drop a comment below and tell me what feature you want to see most in her shoe. More cushioning, better ankle support, bold colorways. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.